Hey guys, it's Shay with Shay's Urban Edibles. Today I wanted to get a couple of more varieties of squash planted, and then I also wanted to do some harvesting. Come along. Alright, so the varieties of squash that I'm going to be planting today are the Kusha squash, and then I also have a Tahitian butternut squash. They are both winter squashes, and so they will be able to be stored, I think, for probably up to 9 months. And I do have, I'm going to add two per hole, just in case the squash vine borer decides it wants to attack one. I'll still have the other to maybe be able to get some food off of. Add a little bit of plant tone to this hole. These are some push on. Come back and get that water in later. And then in the hole right next to it, I'm going to add my butternut. Now the fushaw I grew last year, I wasn't a big fan of it, but my daughter, she absolutely loved it. I made a fushaw soup. I found the recipe online. Um, and it was beautiful. Beautiful color, nice and rich. I just didn't like the flavor of it. So I'm growing this mostly, this cushaw is mostly for her. I do have these baskets because they're so small. I don't want anything to get to them, so I'm going to cover them with these little wire baskets in hopes that nothing major can get in there. Give them a little more time to grow and get them watered in. All right, and so since I've got those squash planted, I did want to go ahead and get some stuff harvested. I noticed that there are quite a few eggplant that are ready, maybe even past ready. And then I also have some okra. I got some motherland okra, some Clemson spineless okra, and some of those are either ready to be harvested or past ready to be harvested. Definitely want to put my garden protection on for these because I know that okra can be itchy, and then the eggplant as well. I was digging around in the eggplant the other day and something poked me, and I looked at one of the blooms and I saw a little spike on it, which I thought was unusual. I'd never noticed that before, but that just lets me know when I handle those, I may need to wear gloves, and I'm not a big fan of wearing gloves in the garden. All right, you can see I already have some hanging here just ready to come off. Couple over there. I got some scissors for the easy ones, and then some cutters for the ones that are a little more difficult. That's one. I may also need to get back in here and turn the eggplant. Two. this one. Looks like my harvesting basket is just a tad bit small. It's almost full with just the eggplant. And I still got a few more plants to go. We'll come back and go a couple more days and we'll go ahead and take it off so that it doesn't get too big. Alright, that's all I see of the Black Beauty. Those are the Black Beauty eggplant. I also have some Japanese Nagasaki eggplant here. They're not big enough to be producing yet, but then I also have the Rosita Bianca. The Rosita Bianca is big enough to produce, and so I'm going to harvest a couple of those as well. Alright, there's that Rosita Bianca. There it is. And she's a beauty. By bugs, they can come off anyway. Now we'll do the Bianca. This one's ready. Finally got some overcast weather here, thank goodness. It's been so humid, could barely come outside without sweating. Just step a couple of feet out, start sweating. Yeah, this one's got a couple of nice ones on there. This one, that's a baby. There's one that's blooming. Got one blooming here, one here, one here. This one's already producing pretty well. There's one over there. Then I got these two that need to be harvested. All right, let me get this one first. See? Second one. Basket's full. I need something else to add more eggplant to. I think I only have a couple more back over here in my tomato bed close to the chicken coop. So I'm gonna place it. All right, there is an eggplant behind that marigold right there. And it's hard to get the camera in here, so I'll just focus you guys right here so you can at least see me harvesting it. There's another Rosita Bianca right here. She's big and beautiful, ready to be harvested. Let me double check this other one. Make sure. Since this basket is full of eggplant, I'm going to grab another basket because I still need to harvest some peppers and some tomatoes, but so far, these are the eggplant that I was able to harvest today. All right, I got a bowl. There's some peppers back here that I need to harvest, I know for sure. Then I have some peppers here in the front as well. My Buena Malata pepper has tons of peppers. The peppers are huge. It's just taking them a long time to turn orange or red. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest them while they're purple. Um, and then allow them to ripen on the counter, or else go ahead and ferment them and start some hot sauce that I wanted to make with them. So these are the Buena Malatas. My britches are falling. Like I said, it's full of peppers in here. They're taking a while to turn orange. So there's one, two. To the point, it's so full of peppers that the branches are falling down. A couple of them in here that are turning green. Here's one. This one looks like it's trying to turn. There's a couple over here that are trying to turn. Whoops. Open that one. This one that's turning. It's only May. Look at how many peppers are on here. It continues to produce like this. Woo-hoo. Whoops. This one's tiny, but it's already turning red. Let's see. Anything else I need to take out here? my big head ain't in the way and you guys can see. All right, I think that's it for today. That's the buona lata. Here is a serrano. It's right next to it. And you see it's got tons of peppers on it too. That's 3. See how they're hanging over there. One over here that's turning red. It's a little small, but a couple back there. There's a nice one. Small. This is a good size one. Let's see what's back here. Yeah, these peppers are doing wonderful. Now, of course, we haven't reached the part of the summer where it's at least 105 degrees. And so they're not covered. None of the leaves are scorched or anything like that. It's just a beautiful green pepper that's producing plenty of peppers. I do have some shade cloth that I'll be applying to this part of the garden once the temperature starts pumping up. To kind of protect my peppers from the sun. That way they'll continue to produce, because I know sometimes when it gets really, really hot, then the blooms start to fall off and you don't get any peppers, you don't get any tomatoes, nothing's producing. It's just a hot mess in the garden. Alright, I think that's enough for these serrano peppers. There's no more that are big enough to pull off. This is my Tasmanian chocolate tomato. I was told that it was a determinate tomato, but this thing is growing so big out of the cage. The limbs are breaking and there's absolutely nothing that I can do to hold them up. I don't have anything to string them along or trellis them on because this bed is just open. So I want to leave them be and see what happens, but there are a couple in there that are ready for me to harvest. And I'm excited because I really wanted to try this tomato. Let's see. There's a couple back there that are ready. And then that one's ready. Ripe on the vine. How awesome is that? Just gotta figure out how to get my hand in there and get it. All right, got that one. And there's 2 more. Look at that, just a mess of tomatoes that I probably need to just go ahead and pull off, trim this back, and allow them to ripen on the counter in the house. See, look at that. Looks like there's a couple more on the top that I didn't even see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and trim this sucker back. Get those tomatoes off. I know they say that once you trim the top of the tomato, it stops producing and it just sends everything to fruit. And I really hate for that to happen with this tomato because it's so early in the season and it's producing so well. I'll definitely be better prepared next year because I'll know how this tomato grows because I'm definitely saving seeds. Alright, so I got a total of 5 tomatoes off of there. And then I got some peppers from my serrano, some peppers from my buonalata. Let's see. This is my Hungarian wax pepper. Yeah, and these aren't quite ready. They're still a little on the small side. So I'm gonna wait a little bit longer on these. Probably come back here, add a little more soil because this bed is looking kind of low. It's also feeling kind of dry. And so I'll go ahead and fertilize as well. Lemon balm is doing beautiful. Look at that. Probably need to harvest some. The oregano that I just potted the other day, it's doing pretty good too. It's way bigger. It's already doubled in size. There is another smaller tomato back here. That's the lemon boy. They're still pretty green and kind of small, so I'm not going to worry about those. I don't remember what the name of this one is, but I got one on here that's trying to ripen up on me. But it's got some beautiful and some nice sized tomatoes on there. Let me see if I can find the label. Oh, that's the Woods Brim. Okay. Woods Brim tomato. It's producing nicely. Now this one definitely has one tomato that's ready. It's kind of small. Tomatillos are dropping every day. I usually come out and find them laying around in the bed. I'll scoop them up, stick them in my pocket, take them inside and peel them. This one's got a couple that's getting ready. I'm not going to take those off just yet. I'll allow them to get a little more ripe on the vine. Oh, this one's got a couple back there that are ready. I think that's the Golden Jubilee. It's the Green Zebra. Then we have here the mushroom basket. None of those are ready yet. All right. So back to the okra patch. I have the Motherland okra, the Clemson's Finest okra. I know that there are some that are ready to be harvested. As a matter of fact, look at how big those are. There's 3 of them, 4 of them that are that size. So these are definitely going to be used for seed. Probably too fibrous to eat. And then here, these are the same way. There's 1, 2 that are way too big that will be used for seed. But those smaller ones, I'll go ahead and take those off. Cut them up and add them to the freezer. Another Motherland. All right, let's get to work. All right, so we'll start here with this Motherland okra. Scissors are not going to work for this. Well, that's how they look in my hand. It's pretty hard, so I'm thinking it's probably pretty fibrous. Like I said, these bigger ones that I'll allow to stay on too long, I'll use these for seed for next year. See if I can use it with the scissors. Those are kind of thick. There. All right, so that's 4 of those. Way too big, but it's still kind of soft. It's giving, so I may be able to use this one. This one's definitely usable. It's smaller. Probably go another day. Another Motherland okra. Pretty good size ones. Okay. That one's kind of soft. I may be able to use it. And this is more of the preferable size. This one looks to be about 3 inches in total, maybe 2 inches wide. Got a burgundy okra that's ready. Start from the bottom. Yeah, I definitely got to stay on top of this more because these okra are way too big. This one's okay. Some new colors too because these were dull apparently. Let me get my scissors. I don't want to damage my plant. Perfect. Perfect. Looks like that's going to do the harvesting for today. All right, folks, this is today's harvest. I've got some Tasmanian chocolate tomatoes. Then I got one golden Jubilee tomato in there. That's this one. Got me some serrano peppers and some Guanabata peppers. A variety of okras. There's one burgundy okra, some motherland okra, some Clemson spineless okra, some emerald okra, and then tons of eggplant. So yeah, now I gotta go in the house and get busy processing this stuff so that it doesn't go bad. All right, folks, that's it for today's video. I appreciate you for coming along. I'd also like to ask that you like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed my content or found it interesting. Also, I want to say thank you to my 100 subscribers. I finally reached 100 subscribers. I've been making these videos now since, I want to say, December 1st when I started my garlic challenge video, and since then I've gained 100 followers. So like I said, thank you to the new subscribers and the ones that have already been following since the beginning. I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, and also the notifications button so that you're aware of when I post new content. In the meantime, I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.